Welcome to Sober Barkeep. I'm Brian Anderson, coming to you from Anderson's Guitar Bar here in lovely League City, Texas. In case you haven't heard, Spiritless has got a new expression that they've released, Jalisco 55, and they sent me this sample bottle, so I thought, we need to try this out because it's shipping out. It's shipped out this week, so some of you may have already got some of this in hand, and if not, some of you may have it on the way. So I just thought I'd give this thing a shot, take a look at it, and see what they've done. Now, I love Kentucky 74, which is their bourbon, non-alcoholic bourbon. Absolutely love it, and so I've been really excited to try this. So let's take a look. It's cloudy, which is not uncommon for a lot of non-alcoholic spirits. It's kind of a cloudy, kind of got a tequila look to it. When you smell it, boy, you can smell the agave. That's the main thing you smell on this is agave. It's got kind of a smooth, sweet agave smell to it. That you would get probably in a higher end tequila. It doesn't have the harshness that you would get in something like a Jose. It's got, obviously it doesn't have the alcohol in it, so you don't get that, blast in the nose. But boy, it's got a really nice agave smell to it. When you try it straight, it's got a really weird effect to it. And I'm saying this in a good way. It's really interesting. This is not something I would sip, but it doesn't have a burn like the artificial burns or the capsaicin burns that you get in some of the others. It's got an evaporative quality that will take your breath. I mean, it's really kind of interesting. It's got the effect of an alcoholic beverage without the alcohol, but now it does not have the alcohol burn, plain and simple. But it's got some of that effect of when you take a shot of tequila or a shot of vodka or whiskey. It's got that, kind of takes your breath away. It's really interesting, and I've not seen this in any other product. And I've done this three different days. I've tried this. I put off making this episode because this thing is probably one of the unique attributes of this particular product that I've not seen in any of the other products so far, which I find really kind of intriguing. Instead of having that burn to try to imitate the alcohol mimic, it's got something else. I don't know what they've done, but it's very, very, very interesting. Again, I wouldn't sip this neat because it's got like most 99% of the non-alcoholic spirits out there, they're not meant to be sipped neat or on the rocks. It's meant to be made in a margarita. So let's do a margarita. And I'm excited about this because I've already had one. So I'm just going to do my basic margarita recipe because I like to do that just as a comparison to some of the others I've had. And that's basically 2 parts of your non-alcoholic tequila. So we're going to do 2 parts of the Jalisco 55. Okay. Do 1 part of triple sec, and we're going to use the Liar's triple sec here because the Liar's products tend to not have the burn either, and I wanted to keep that kind of. I didn't want the effect of the secondary alcohol I put in there to have any effect on my ability to compare this to other products. Quite plain and simple. I mean, it's just kind of what my thought process was there. I use in mine a little bit of the Herradura agave syrup. Now you gotta be careful with this stuff because it's pretty powerful. A lot of people like really sweet drinks. I put just a tad in there because I really like the way that it adds flavor to a margarita. I really, really enjoy it. It adds that touch of sweetness that you want in a margarita usually. And for me, it is just a touch of sweetness that I like. But it's the flavor additive. Now, because you put that in there and because the agave syrup is relatively thick, you do have to give this a pretty good stir. If you don't, you end up with all the agave syrup in the bottom and you really don't end up tasting it. You just see a bunch of agave syrup when you finish the drink. So there we go. We got us a really nice margarita. Let's give this a shot. I will tell you, this is an outstanding margarita. I really, really, really like how this ends up turning out as a margarita. It's got that, I don't know, it's got that quality in it. This tastes like margarita. It tastes like that I've got real tequila in there. and it's got that that tequila flavor. I mean, absolute tequila flavor. The lime pumps it up a little bit, like you would expect in a margarita, to give it that margarita flavor. The agave syrup just gives it a touch of sweetness, and then this is a great product. I mean, this is triple sec, plain and simple. It's just non-alcoholic triple sec, but this is fantastic. I'm going to give this a 4.5. This is just an amazing product. I really, really like it. I'd like to have a full bottle of it. I'm going to find a way to get me a full bottle of this thing. And order some of this, guys. I highly recommend you try it. There's some great tequila products out there on the market now. This is another one, and this is very different from any of the other non-alcoholic tequilas that are out there. It's got a profile that's kind of, and I love that. I love that with where the market's heading right now, is that you've got multiple tequilas out there, none of which taste anything the same. And it's not like you go, well, these are pretty much the same, so I'm going to choose this one. You're choosing them based on flavor profiles and what they do and how they affect and how they react and how they make the mixed drinks. So there's plenty of options out there, and this is a great one. Sober Barkeep. Live well and drink smart.